we have the Vasquez's in here, and we've been talking about a lot of cool stuff: boxing, mental health, family. You know, I've been enjoying talking about family things and stuff like that. And you talked about the hard times getting through that, but you established your own business, Delta Security Incorporated.
Yeah.
And you're helping to protect families in Colorado Springs. What inspired you to start this company?
So I worked for another local company here, and it was, the owner was a good friend of mine, taught me all the all the things about, security companies, and I've always wanted to be a veteran-owned business, and I wanted to run things my way, do things a little bit differently than others. So I ended up actually breaking off last year and to start my own company because I've been doing it for so long now, since 2017, that I was like, why not start my own company? And I talked to my wife about it, and she was like, it seems like a no-brainer. I mean, she loves seeing me thrive in that environment and meeting other people and helping, giving back. So I ended up starting Delta Security Inc. Last year. I've already won Colorado Springs of 2024 from last year for my company within 6 months.
Oh, heck yeah.
And so it's because of the reputation of my customer service and the people that follow me that continue wanted to be a part of my company and support me. Ended up winning that, so I'm very thankful for them voting for me like that. And but yeah.
But we were talking about this before, Sam, that you kind of really rethought the industry from what is known, and maybe you could tell people a little bit about how you changed this to make it more consumer friendly.
Yeah, I mean, me obviously being prior military and all the military bases we have here, there's a lot of people who PCS and ETS out of Colorado. So something I did differently, I didn't want to do contracts. I charge $40 month to month for the monitoring side of stuff. I do CCTV hardwired cameras, not wireless cameras, just because of the reliability, and it's not dependable on Wi-Fi. I decided to do that because, one, that holds me accountable as an owner not to do contracts, to make sure people are taken care of, because you can cancel anytime you want.
Okay.
So that's huge in the industry. I understand the value of having a contract, obviously being a company, because it values your company. But I don't plan on getting out of this industry. I love what I do. I love helping people. And so to be able to provide good equipment, knowing that it's going to work, and knowing that they can cancel anytime they want, I don't do contracts.
And I just heard you talking about the Wi-Fi, because that's the stuff I always worried about. Be like, okay, like if the Wi-Fi goes down, so we're no longer secure at this moment, correct? Is like
for camera aspects.
Okay.
Cameras. I mean, you have Blink, you have Ring, you have a lot of brands out there that wireless cameras aren't bad. I'm just not a fan of it, because if your Wi-Fi does go down, you lose the camera. You can't. There's no way to get it back. If one camera's farther away from your router than the other, you may get spotty imaging. So if somebody's walking and it skips, right? There's a lag. That's internet driven, right?
Okay.
So hardwired cameras don't need Wi-Fi to work. They run and record 24/7. They operate 24/7. You can set trip lines and intrusion alerts for your motion side of stuff, but that also takes away every vehicle that passes your house. You're not getting false notifications. The trip lines are exactly where you stick them at, is where the motion is going to come from. So if somebody walks across that trip line analytically in the camera, then it's going to ping your phone, let you know somebody's actually on your property, and it's not just a car that just passed your house.
So basically, like, you're more dependable. Like, you're not trying to put shade on the Wi-Fi or anything, but going with you is more dependable.
100%.
If we want to be honest, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and everything that I back it with, everything that I install as a monitored security customer, I have a lifetime warranty on everything. So I always replace it for free. I won't charge them like a new piece of equipment or anything like that. So lifetime warranty on all my stuff. So I know I have to put in higher end equipment, but at the end of the day, it's going to be reliable, and it's going to work, and make sure your family's taken care of.
And I look at it, there's places, do-it-yourself security, we'll send you the whole package and stuff. You put it together and stuff. You know what, there are people that are good at what they do, and let them do it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
If people wanted to get in touch with you, Sam, learn more about security systems, what you offer, how would they do that?
They could just, so you can call me. I mean, I give everybody my number. It's on my card, 719-200-4897. That's my personal cell phone. I have a business line, but it goes directly to my cell phone anyways. Or you can look me up on Facebook at Delta Security Inc. Has all my other social medias as well as my phone number, emails, all that.
Great.
So, like, I heard you talk about, people that know what they're doing. So, do you feel like you being in the military, like, helped influence your business and how you run it?
Yeah, I mean,
because
absolutely.
I heard you mention, like, some of the missions you did, like, so basically you protecting people is, like, your thing, right?
So transitioning out of the military is very hard, right? As you call it, like a trigger puller MLS is what we, like 19 Deltas, 11 Bravos, any special forces guys. Like, once you get out of the military, it's pretty much something that leaves you high and dry. Where do we go from this point, right? We don't have anything that correlates outside of the military besides police officers, state troopers, or prisons, right? Those are really our options. Then that's putting us down at the bottom, starting us all over again. You know what I mean? So it's like, to being able to start my own company, being able to give back, helping veterans, if people are looking for jobs, disabled veterans, things like that, like I'm able to offer that for them. And we're also giving back and securing other veterans and military who may be deployed. Know that, hey, we're reliable, dependable, we'll take care of you. I've had guys, you can ask my wife. A wife of her husband was deployed in Afghanistan. She called me like 3 o'clock in the morning. Her alarm went off. Monitoring company called her. They dispatched the police, but I ended up getting there
Before
faster than the police.
Yeah.
I put sweatpants on 3 o'clock in the morning. My wife's like, "Where are you going?" I said, her husband's deployed right now. I want to make sure she's okay. Am I legally allowed to do that? No. She gave me the permission to come over to her house. You know what I mean? I told her to get her kids and stay in the master bedroom, lock the door. If you have a gun, grab it just in case. She had an auto door lock, so she was able to unlock the door for me at the front door. I cleared the house. The garage door was open. Like, the interior garage door was open. But there was no breach of entry on all the entry points, nothing like that. And what we came down to pretty much was that she didn't shut that door all the way, and it was windy that day, ended up blowing her door open, which ended up breaking the contact, which ended up tripping the alarm.
So I heard you just say, like, was it completely legal? No, but where do we even draw the line when we're coming to protecting community? So I know. Yeah. So does that kind of put you kind of like now in a barrier since I own a security company now. I guess what I'm trying to say is I own a security company now versus me being a regular citizen coming to check in on a friend and their family members. So does that kind of like put you like on a thin line, I guess?
I would say a little bit. I mean, it's tough, right? Because I'm such a small company, I know a lot of my customers on a first name basis. I take all of my customers as like family to me, like to heart, because they're relying on me. If I would hope another company would do that for me, right? Yeah. If my alarm goes off and I'm overseas and I'm deployed, I want somebody to make sure they're taken care of. I know that the police are very understaffed right now. There's a lot going on. They can't get to everything, and sometimes a lot of cases there's a lot of false alarms. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure personally that they're okay. I could be walking on a thin line. I have been to another customer's house where the police pulled up when I was already there, and I had my gun on me. I have a concealed carry and all that stuff. Yeah. But as soon as he pulled up, I mean, he already seen my car had our logo on it. I put my gun down. I stepped away. I backed up just so he knew. But a lot of police officers I already know. Yeah. So a lot of them they use me for cameras. Because of the quality. So
I think once you start doing what you're doing and spreading the word, you'll probably find a lot of your fellow brothers is down to do that with you. And because let's be honest, the way the world's going now, like we need our fellow neighbor, the person that's trained, that knows how to do it, to protect us from the everyday people. Like we might need y'all to protect us from the police, who knows, or from the other people from the military, you know. So I appreciate you doing that. And once again, go ahead and tell people how they get in contact, because you have like no signing deals, no contracts, and I'm pretty sure you got a military discount for people in the military, right?
Yeah, I do 10% off the top for all the equipment side of stuff. But that also rolls into my nonprofit that I started. We could talk about.
I was
you
just
know,
about to
whenever-
get
whenever-
that. Is that the
whenever-
Gold Star Valor Foundation
Yes.
you created? Yes. Oh yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about that
Yeah.
next, and we can get in that real
Yep.
good because
Yeah.
I want to know what it's about.
Sammy
How
Vasquez
you doing?
Jr. on Facebook, Delta Security Inc. on Facebook, and you can just have my personal number on there, 719-200-4897.
Yep, and we'll be back here.